back to the Star Wars talk, because they did announce 3 movies, and the rate Star Wars is going, we don't know if these will. We know one will definitely come out, because there's no way Filoni's not going to let that movie come out. But the others, it could be like the Lando show, where they said it was happening, and now Donald Glover's saying,
yeah, we're still working on it.
Yeah, we're still in talks. It's like, but you announced this thing like 8 years ago. Where is it? I want my Lando show.
It's because of all the, I guess, because of all the fan outrage and stuff that they're taking stuff slow now, especially with the James Mangold. Was it Mangold?
James Mangold, yeah, he's gonna
yeah.
be a busy man, because he's working on the Dawn of the Jedi, which is like the origins of the Jedi. Like they're going way back.
Yeah, they're going
way
back to the beginning. I think it's like 25,000 years.
Yeah, it's something silly. Yeah, like way before the High Republic, way before the Old Republic. No, this is the point zero in your timeline. But yeah, he's working on Dawn of the Jedi as well as Swamp Thing over at DC at the same time. So he's going to be a very busy man. But with that, we also got confirmation that the sequel trilogy is not getting retconned, because Daisy Ridley's coming back as Rey for a movie that's 15 years after Rise of Skywalker. So.
Yeah, but I guess the context behind this is that this trilogy of movies is going to be an anthology series. So I was like,
is that what they said?
Well, that's what people assume, because these are the next 3 movies, and I
thought you meant for the Rey one. Sorry, I was like, yeah.
I mean, it could be just like that's what people were assuming, because you got Dawn of the Jedi, the one in the middle, and then the Rey movie. So
yeah, I was like, yeah, the 3 movies they announced here will be. They could connect it quite easily, I imagine. But
occasionally, but as a story that's not connecting, like for an overarching plot.
Mainly due for the very different time periods. You've got, because they're playing in all 3 right now, right?
Yeah.
You've got the Dawn of the Jedi way at the start, the Filoni like Mandalorian verse wrap up movie, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah, because I think
we don't know when that's going to be set. Actually,
I think it's
got to be.
Because I think during the celebration, when they were talking about that, they showed like the entire timeline that they were gonna be using different projects for, and the timeline's like huge.
There's a lot of eras now in Star Wars. I'm just trying to think, because obviously, because the Mandalorian stuff has been setting up like the rise of the First Order, so it's obviously so far pre-sequel trilogy, but there's nothing to say that the movie could very well be after like Rise of Skywalker and be in line with the Rey movie, because it's very coincidental that she's going to start a new Jedi Order and we have little Grogu.
Yeah,
you could so easily just go 15-year tie jump. He can now talk. He's on the big screen. He's going to train with Rey to be a Jedi.
Yeah, he's a very old teenager at this point. Yeah, the timeline currently is from when they're working on, because they expanded it. It was Dawn of the Jedi, the Old Republic, the High Republic, Fall of the Jedi, the Reign of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, the New Republic, Rise of the First Order, and the New Jedi Order.
Yeah,
as the New Jedi Order being the
furthest. That's when Rey's going to be.
Yeah,
that's 15 years after the sequel trilogy.
Yeah,
there's no way Grogu's not one of the Jedi she trains. Like, there's absolutely zero chance. I outright refuse to believe.
He's gonna show up with a Mandalorian helmet. Is why y'all know who you
adorable.
are. You know who you are. Why are you wearing it?
He's holding the dark saber because every other Mandalorian's dead, and he's like the only one.
Yeah.
Because Mandos just love fighting each other. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Bashing their bucket heads together.
Yeah, but it's really, really interesting. I just hope that they can that it isn't as, I guess hope the ball isn't as dropped as with the I guess with the
you mean like Solo?
Yeah. Well, the Solo and some of the characters in the sequel series, like I still can't forgive them for what they did to Finn, because that was like
they done Finn dirty. Yeah. that's a question as well. You know, they got Daisy Ridley back. Do they get
For,
Boyega and Isaac back for
for
this
what
movie?
from what people said and talked to Boyega, he's gotten to the point where he's okay being a fan again. So it
Yeah, but that's
basically,
not an outright no.
yeah, no, it's essentially that it has to be right, and it has to be, because he doesn't, because from what he said, he doesn't want to be technically Disney Plus, to where it's not, I guess the quality and the polish isn't there.
Yeah,
He doesn't want the
which is totally fair, right? You know,
yeah, he essentially doesn't want like a Finn show to be just thrown out there and like everything's all out of
yeah.
whack and stuff like that. And it's,
He doesn't
like,
want to do it for the sake of doing it. He wants to do
yeah,
it to actually do it. Yeah,
yeah,
which is respectable. But part of me is like, it would be weird to do a Ray thing without having those
mhm,
two in it, because you could so easily make up for the whole thing of Finn being like a stormtrooper turned Jedi and just have him
yeah,
be one of the students.
mm.
You could really
It's
make that a really nice arc in
yeah,
these movies.
it's just yeah, because people were saying, oh, like, I think, was it one of the things where people were saying that they're retconning the sequel trilogy and they're doing their own thing, and then this comes out, and then like people were like bashing like Ridley for this, for whatever reason, because like I think like she has had like roles, but none of them were, I guess, of this caliber, because from what I've looked into, like she's has like a respectable career for voice acting, apparently. Like she's done a lot
Yeah,
of
I
voice
was gonna say
acting.
she at least off the top of my head, she was in the old Peter Rabbit movies.
Yeah.
Both of those.
Yeah, because I think she's like, yeah, she's been expanded into voice acting, where she's done a lot of anime stuff and stuff for video games and the like. Where I guess people who don't like Daisy Ridley, because like the script's not her fault.
No, it's not.
She's just an
Even
actor.
the acting, like,
Yeah,
you can be a good actor, but your director's
yeah,
terrible, and then cough Lucas cough. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And like, because people want to like hit her for that, and I was like, well, you could hit a lot of other people first before coming down to her, and like, is like technically it's not, she didn't write the character of Ray for what, going through her character arc for those three movies.
Yeah.
That's why I'm apprehensive. I'm like, hopefully they can do this stuff correctly this time, while taking their time
I
and
think
not.
they will. I think that, half the reason we've had this massive gap between movies is purely because they don't want to just throw crap at the wall.
Yeah, because
They
like
want to actually
I
do
don't
it
think I
properly
can.
and expand.
Yeah, I don't think I can take another mystery box and, oh, it's
Well,
this
thankfully, they have injected that mystery box.
because that's why it's like, oh, you
Thank
guys
God.
kind of ruined it. But yeah, I am optimistic, but still, just want to
Mm.
see what they can do with all this, and that then they're now playing in, I guess, they can now play in every era and not just keep
Yeah.
pushing stuff forward.
Which I think is what the franchise needed, and I think what people wanted at the same time. It's like, go into the as far back as you possibly want to go, but also go forward. Like, just, you can still play in the Skywalker era sandbox, just also play in other places as well. Like, for as big as Star Wars is, it's so small because it's always centered on this one thing and this
I mean,
one family and this one
yeah,
part and this one time. Nice.
I mean, what people wanted is to get away from the Skywalker line, but technically they didn't, because of what they did at the end of the last movie. Is like, is essentially make a new Skywalker.
It's true. Yeah. Spoilers if you haven't seen Trode, by the way.
Yeah,
Or if you're not on the internet and you're somehow hearing this and you never knew that Ray became a Skywalker,
yeah,
which I
that's
still find it funny. People are mad about that. It's just like, oh, shut up.
one.
It's cheesy,
I,
it's goofy, it's Star Wars.
yeah,
Leave it.
I
Leave
know.
it.
It's like, I know, on one end, I know it's people need to calm down. On the other end, I think I guess the people that are sane enough is that they don't want to continue Skywalkers. They wanted a new character, or a new character, essentially. Because I know Rey is a character, but they're trying to have their cake and eat it too by
Yeah.
continuing the Skywalker line.
Yes, it felt very much like a Lucas thing to do, and this part of me wonders if how much Like, were they just trying to emulate Lucas there, or was it just oh, we run out of ideas? Like,
I
I'm interested to
mean,
know the story behind it.
Lucas has done crazier things, especially this. You
It's
take
true.
the story from like the like Lucas. I guess Lucas Games where they wanted to do he wanted to do a Darth Maul game, and he wanted another character in it, but the timelines weren't correct. Where one character was born way before Maul was even around, and he just picked up the character and said they're family now.
Yeah, bless Lucas. Fantastic
mean,
idea, man.
I mean,
Not the best at upkeep.
wouldn't you do that if you were in control of a gigantic IP and no one could say no to you? It's like, well, I want this character. Well, we can't have this character with this character, and you just go to the figurine and said, guess what? They're family now.
And people are mad at Filoni for just bashing action figures together. Lucas,
Hey,
you
I mean,
learned it from George.
I know. I mean, hey, especially from like I think what was it that speedster scene where they showed how they composited the whole entire scene. They used Kenner action
Yeah,
figures.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that. That it's like
it's
we're
like
gonna use the toys
it's
to
like we've been using
freak them to
toys all
shit.
along.
Bless
So
him.
it's like,
People like to
yeah,
think movies are made in this really intricate, fantastical, professional way. No,
no,
just
it's like
throw what you can at it.
yeah, throw what you can if you can make it if you can make it easier for yourself in a more cost effective way. Hey, do it. If it means
And
that
this
you
is the
can,
thing with like the unironic thing with toys is they're a fantastic visual. So you got
yeah,
this visual of how things are going to look exactly. So you're just like, hey,
yeah,
why not use action figures and make a little diorama set, and then you can
yeah,
storyboard out your shot and see how everything looks before you shoot it, and do it that way. You know?
yeah.
People
Yeah.
are always mad about bashing action figures together. It's like, well, that's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, it's like they're good models. You don't have to. You
Exactly.
don't have to. Like you don't have to pay him or tell him to stay still for a second. You just there you go.
The
But yeah,
magic of Hollywood. It can be cheap, and it can also be very expensive.
yeah.
But
I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else. There really
I say
isn't too.
they were the three movies that they announced.
Yeah,
So.
like they also, well, people assumed that they were gonna talk about the games that were gonna be tied into the whole thing as well, but nope, they didn't show anything for the project that was supposed to go on. It was only for what is it? The was it Fallen Order sequel,
Yeah, the
Survival,
Jedi Survivor. Yeah,
which looks pretty good. But
I
people
mean,
really want
RIP if you're playing on PC.
oh, well,
Yeah,
no,
155 gigabytes. Like,
I thought it was for
what?
everything. I thought it was for all the platforms. That's what I thought. I was
Oh,
thinking it was like,
I just saw that it was that big on PC.
mm,
I saw it. My first initial thought was that better not be on console as well,
and
because
I think it is.
yikes.
I think it is on console. I think console's like 135 and PC is 155.
No. Delete the town making mechanics, EA. You don't need them in there. Get
Because
rid
I
of
think
it.
part of the reason is because one, I think it was one of the planet cities is fully explorable. So
Oh wow. I say
you're
I
gonna have
know
a bigger.
You go to Coruscant and that's not open world, I think they said.
Yeah, and it's one of the cities. I forgot which one, but that one is like
Yeah.
really big open. But for like the other planets and stuff, it's like I think it's like it's layered open world. Not essentially
Yeah, that's what the first one
layered.
did. Like it was they're quite decent sized maps and they're like
Yeah,
top, middle, and bottom and all that.
yeah. It's essentially like for a reference, it's like Uncharted or the God of
Yeah.
War
Yeah.
series where they have a lot of stuff to explore in this open area, but it's kind of still kind of closed off into railroading you into going
Yeah.
to point A to point B.
Since that comes out at the end of this month, I'm going to start the link and stuff
Yeah,
my PlayStation.
yeah, yeah. Look at I know they did the Acolyte, but I wasn't really.
So there's news on the Acolyte. We didn't get
Mhm.
anything publicly released for
Okay,
the Acolyte. It was
because
all behind closed doors. We've had some leaks for it, but
mhm.
there's
Yeah, because
It's
I was trying
okay.
to see if it was true because it they're like centered around like two twins, I think it was.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they've described it as being Frozen meets Kill Bill. So
Oh,
in
okay.
case you
Yeah,
can't
that
put
it
two and
was.
two together, it's going to be like a revenge story between two
Yeah,
sisters. No.
yeah. Well, it's two sisters played by the same actor or actress, which
Oh,
is
is it?
yeah. That's
Oh,
what
that's
the
cool.
report was. Is it's one actress playing two characters because they're twins. One is a I think it's an Inquisitor, and the other one is a in training Jedi, and she has that one the the one character from Rebels, the kid who had the blaster saber. She
Oh,
has
what,
that.
Ezra?
Yeah, apparently from the reports that she has Ezra's saber.
Huh.
So, yeah,
I
it's
say, 'cause I
interesting.
know there's been shots of Sabine from the Ahsoka show
Yeah.
with Ezra's saber.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. It's reported. I wasn't saying it's true, but if that's what it is, it is. But the Acolyte itself TV series is pretty interesting. where,
I say
where
I'm excited for the Acolyte. It
yeah,
sounds really cool, especially Frozen meets
yeah,
Kill Bill. Like that's such
yeah,
a it's obviously just the sister dynamic, but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
two wildly like composed things.
Yeah, that's what interests me the most. Is like as that um I guess it has that philosophy of like what do you do if your family member is on the opposite side and like you're trying to either get through to them or you're gonna have to take this responsibility
Yeah. I
on your
can't
own.
wait for this to cut like people to know this until the second it comes out, and then for all those people to start crying it's about politics.
Well, isn't wait isn't
I
all Star
can't
Wars
wait.
about politics?
Like, you're absolutely correct, but people forget that somehow.
I mean,
And
I know I
every
get
time
it.
they're surprised that there's politics in Star Wars, it's just
I
like,
mean, there's always
right.
like there's always politics in either Star Wars or even any other like I guess folk tale. It's usually a lesson, or it's usually a lesson of what to expect from the times and all that. And I'm like, it's Star Wars has always been political. It's just that
It's
you
literally
just
got
found out.
war in the name. No.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars has always been political. It's like you just found out that you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's all it is, right? It's people's been like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm the bad guy."
yeah,
Whoops. Not even whoops. It's just like I'm mad about this now. All
yeah.
right.